Hi, I'm Mike Ciampo. Welcome to this segment of Training Minutes. Today we're going to talk about slide bolts, right? It's a way to lock and secure places. Many times we'll see them on the rear door of a commercial. We might even see them on a storage shed. But when we look at these things, it's made up of two brackets, a receiving bracket and a slide bolt bracket. The bullet slides and it's held closed by a lock. Many times when we come up to these things, we focus on attacking the lock. One of the reasons we look there is because we have 4 attachment points on the top and the bottom. So that's 8 times we might have to shear something if there's carriage bolts. So we focus right here. The makeup of this is fairly easy, okay? The place we should be attacking this slide bolt is down towards the back. This one's a little bit thicker. And if you notice, this one here is a little bit thinner, right? We're so focused on the lock, we should be looking back here. You can see this small area is right in the back. If we're going to use power tools, a firefighter can lift this up, and instead of worrying about cutting the lock, and remember, anytime we face padlocks, we want to cut the toe and the heel, right? We want to cut this whole thing out because they both lock nowadays. But if we just run that saw vertical right here at the seam of the brackets, once we cut it, that bolt should fall out and this side should pivot open. Another way to run the power tool is to come in and come diagonal. Forget about this lock. It may move around. If we just come in right behind the lock and cut this actual area right here, we'll be able to get this lock and it should peel right out. We're going to have a firefighter just come up and demonstrate where to cut with the saw. We just witnessed one area. Remember, he spotted a seam. He's just going to cut the barrel. He stayed away from the lock. The other area he can come in now is leaving the lock alone and come in on a bevel to the back here and just cut this narrow spacing between the body and the lock, okay? Kevin, just come in on the diagonal right here. You don't have to cut it the whole way. Again, when we size up this barrel lock, okay, we don't want to just focus on the lock itself. Here is our real narrow 3/16 of an inch to a quarter of material, right? We just showed you could run the saw through the angle. What happens if you don't have the saw? 2 firefighters could work with some hand tools. We're going to have one firefighter place the halogen. He's going to put the adze up to this narrow area. One important thing to remember is keep these halogens sharp, okay? Because we want to shear things with them. He'll place it up to that narrow opening, and he can drive this with the axe. He can actually cut that metal with a couple swings of the axe. Perfect. Good. A firefighter can't be intimidated when he comes up against this. Maybe you came around the rear with a set of irons or even a hook and a halogen tool, right? We were focused on this lock, but encompass your whole size up and look at the whole thing. Now that we've taught you about this small, weak area, let's attack it. One way a single firefighter may be able to do this is by using the fork of the halogen tool. He's going to get on this lock, and he's going to try to twist it. And you can see how easy it came off. Now all we have to do is put the bolt up, and you might have to just give it a couple taps. You can see, quickly using this as a lever and twisting the lock, we blew away that small piece of a material in there. Sometimes that might bend. We might have to take the halogen tool. We might have to give this a shot in this way and pull to straighten out that oval so that the slide bolt will slide back. Don't whack this thing. Give it a couple taps so it slides easily. It's a quick and simple tactic to use on slide bolts. I'm Mike Ciampo. Thanks for watching this segment of Training Minutes.